So guys, after that I believe we're ready to start practice. But first of all, let me show you around the laptop. Now, obviously because we've just started, there's not much I can show you. More will come as we progress further into the season. But for now, what I can say is on the left there, you've got basically all your information, but they call it newsfeed. So your tyre choices will show up. So I've gone for 3 mediums, 4 softs and 6 super softs. The weather forecast, so practice 1 is currently dry, and the location, so Albert Park. In the middle there, throughout the season, you will get rivalries from different drivers. So basically it works as to however you're doing qualifying in the race adds up to how you're doing the rivalry. So basically if you do better in qualifying in the races, you will win. And on the right there you've got all of your personal details, so your name, region, race, first race, blah 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 blah. Tutorials, as you can see I've watched all of them, but I won't show them because it will take an age. Basically, if you're unsure about how things like the track acclimatization, tyre management, multifunctional display and things like that work, just watch them and this will run you through it. So yeah, after that I believe you're ready to do practice. Let's go.
Welcome to our viewers from around the globe. You join us just as today's practice session for the Australian Grand Prix is about to start. I'm here with Anthony Davidson once again. Nice to see you, Ant, and I wanted to ask you about how you go about improving the car over the course of a practice session. How much would you say is already known from the pre-race simulations, and how much do you have to do, how much do you have to work on with a real car on a real circuit?
Well, that's a good question, Crofty, and I suppose the simple answer is that there's no such thing as too much information. As you say, the bigger teams have very complex simulations, vast numbers of clever people crunching the numbers back at base, but what they can't tell you is stuff like how the track condition's going to be, or what the temperature's going to be doing over the course of the day, and how all of that's going to be interacting with the tyre. There are so many millions of tiny variables involved in getting these cars around a racetrack quickly, but the computer can't tailor the car to a driver's specific balance requirements. At some point, you still need to put a human being in there and have them feel it through the seat of their pants.
And there we are.
That's why we end up with different drivers
cool,
having different setups. So what I'm trying to say
a
is,
helmet
Crofty,
blends quite well with
nothing
the
beats on
livery.
track testing.
That's nice to see. Right, and here we are. My new car for the season, and my new team as well. So, basically, because I'm pretty sure most of you would have seen the game, but I'm going to do a run through anyway. So first of all, here is your monitor, and as you can see, it is very full of many things. So basically, in the practice sessions, because Codemasters used to think, and they were right to think so, that many people didn't really do practice, so they took it away, I think, from 2012 to 2014, and 2015 as well, although they kind of added it back in later on. So basically they've given us these 3 things to do during the practice sessions to give us something to do. You've got track acclimatization, tyre management and qualifying pace. Now what I like to do is, in the 3 practice sessions I like to spread it out. So in P1 I'm going to do track acclimatization, P2 I'll do tyre management, and P3 I'll do qualifying pace, which is kind of how the teams do it anyway. You've got your overview, so you've got your track, sort of like track information, timings, live TV feed, which is quite cool, and you can also change the camera as well, and you've got your option to end the session if you so wish to. First of all though, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my setup. Here's your setup screen, so you've got your tyres and everything, and I'm going to load up my Australia setup and just lower the fuel because I do not need that much fuel. So yep, for this P1, what we are going to do is we are going to do track acclimatization. Let's go. I have to say, this feels so good to be in this game. Right, so I may not be talking much during this because I like to concentrate, but so track acclimatization, it basically if you don't know the track, it basically teaches you like the driving line, and you also get RP for it as well, obviously. So shut up for a minute. So yeah, if you get all of these points like perfect, you get a purple. If you get them okay, it's green, and if you miss it entirely, then you get red. Basically how it works. So I've got all purple so far, apart from one green, which isn't how it's called. You actually find that you'll very rarely actually get full purple laps, which is actually quite... not tricky so much, but this is based on the game's driving line, and in most instances it's completely different to a player's driving line, so yeah. That's pretty decent, just one green, I'll take that.
Great, Steve, you pretty much nailed this circuit. This is a really strong foundation to build from over the weekend.
It is indeed. So yeah, that's basically, that's literally all I do for the practice sessions really. I just do them. I don't really ever go out and do any laps. Apart from maybe Baku, because I'm still learning it, even though it's like 6 months into the game. But yeah, that's P1 done. So track acclimatization complete.
An interesting practice session there then.
Where was I? I
remind
mean, I don't
ourselves of
care.
the top
I was
three,
18th.
Who are
But yeah, obviously I
Verstappen,
won't
Hamilton and
be that far
Daniel
down in
Ricciardo.
the
That concludes an interesting practice session.
qualifying pace. This is, I believe, where you get introduced to your R&D guy, as far as I'm aware. Yes, it is, so I shall shut up for a second and let you listen to them. Oh, of course, you get these as well. Right, now I'll shut up.
Hi. Good to meet you at last. My name's Chris, and I'll be working with you as your Chief of Vehicle Development. It'll be my job to get your feedback as a driver and to direct our upgrade design in the areas that you feel are most lacking. At each Grand Prix, we can run a series of practice programs and log the performance of the car as you drive it at its limit. This gives us data that we can utilize to develop various performance improvements. In order for me to know which upgrades to prioritize, I'll need you to select a development area that you'd like us to focus on. And you can do that in the R&D section of your laptop. Anyway, that's all for now, but I'll keep you up to date, okay? I'll see you soon.
Okay, so that's it. We are now introduced to both of our peeps. So yeah, that's our R&D engineer, and we've already met our agent. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this video here, and then next I'm going to do P2 and P3 in the same video, I think, or I might just do P3 in qualifying, because to be honest, I really don't like tyre management. It's a bit pointless in my opinion, and more than often it's just frustrating. So yeah, so I'll leave this video here, and I shall be back soon with P3 and qualifying, and then the race. See you guys soon.